You know, I'm going to turn my face cam off because I know it's going to start glitching and crap. I went into this game, right, and I thought, we're going to get blown out. We're going to get blown out. It's not even going to be close. It's going to be a joke of a game. And I thought, hey, that's it, right? It is what it is. We'll move on. We'll do whatever. Like, we're just going to just have to deal with this game because they're 9-2 and we're, 3-7. It hurts so much worse that we should have won this game. That's what's so painful about this loss. Starting off right away, this is a back-to-back weeks that Joe Flacco has thrown pick sixes in the game. It sucks to lose by 6 when your quarterback threw a touchdown to their defense. But I do have to give a huge shout-out to our defense, man. Our defense this whole year has been freaking awful. Today, they played lights out. They had a pick 6 in this game, Geno Stone, somehow, some way. They had a 8... I would say a 3-and-out, but an 8-and-out at the 1 yard line where we stopped them 8 times at the 1, even though they called pass interference twice on us, which is beyond comical. So that's beyond my brain, comprehension. I never in my life thought our defense could stop a team 8 times at the 1 yard line. That is the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Allowing 9 points in the second half, which is just 3 field goals, is also just baffling my brain. This is not what I would have ever expected in a million years. Whereas our defense goes out there, scores a touchdown, and plays lights out defense. Yes, we gave up yards, but we played bend, don't break defense, which is we don't allow them to score. We let them go down the field, but then we clamp down when it matters, and we don't allow them to score. So, I'm gutted because this was not supposed to be a game that I thought we were going to win. And we could have won it. We definitely could have won it in the end. And it sucks. And, the Patriots are a great team. I'm not trying to take away this win from them because at the end of the day, guess what? You guys beat us. You guys are better than us. You guys outplayed us. And that's all that matters, right? Doesn't matter woulda, coulda, shoulda at the end of the day. We lost this game, but we could have won. And again, I know I just said that woulda, coulda, shoulda, but we could have. But the Patriots have a great defense. The Patriots have a great offense. And I think everyone at this point understands. Drake May is one of the best up-and-coming quarterbacks out there. It just breaks my heart, man. It really breaks my heart because the Steelers lost today. The Ravens beat the Jets, which is not surprising. But we really could have gotten this done in the end, man. But at the end of the day, we can't stop tight ends. And I think that's really even more of a problem we're realizing more and more as time goes on, is we just suck against tight ends. Hunter Henry today, 115 yards and a touchdown. Austin Hooper, 39 yards. Pat Freiermuth a couple weeks ago destroyed us. We can't stop tight ends. So if you have a tight end and they're playing against the Bengals and you have in fantasy football, start them. I don't care if you had to start the first, second, third, fourth, fifth string tight end. You get the tight end off the practice squad who's just warming up. We suck that bad against tight ends. It's absolutely disgusting. But again, like I said, I can't take this game and look at it in a negative context for our defense. I really can't. Defensively, man, we got the job done. We did. Countless times over and over and over again. Yes, we did our typical Bengals crap where we gave up a big play or we did something stupid, but that's just kind of expected, okay? That's expected with our defense. But these last 2 weeks, last week against the Steelers, I know we gave up 34 points. We didn't. We gave up 20 points on defense, and we gave up 14 points on offense. We literally threw a pick 6, and we fumbled it for 6 with Noah Fant. So outside of our offense giving up 14 points, our defense only gave up 20 points. In this game, our defense gave up 19 points. with how good and electrifying our offense is supposed to be, and obviously it seems like Joe Flacco now has really fallen off for the last 2 weeks. It's sad. It's sad because, you have a defense out here who gave up 19 points in this game, 20 points in last week's game, and you have an offense who's scoring more points for the opposing defense than they are for their own offenses at this point. In this game, I mean, it's pathetic that our first touchdown on offense in this game came at the very end of the game. Like, we scored 10 points in the second quarter because we had to pick 6. That wasn't because we actually did anything on offense. On offense today, outside of the fourth quarter, we scored 6 points on offense. That's pathetic. That's a joke. And it's happened against the Steelers as well. And now T. Higgins is hurt. Jamar Chase isn't in this game. He was suspended for spitting, which sucks because it would have really helped us have Jamar Chase in this game. Like, I think the claim that Joe Burrow does so much for this team, like as the quarterback position, is such an understatement. Because, yes, obviously Joe Flacco looked good the first couple weeks. But the last couple weeks, man, he's looked kind of just like a 41-year-old quarterback. And nothing wrong with that, but it's just Joe Burrow-wise does special things in these games that I just don't think we really realize until you see someone else try to do the same concept. And while, yes, Joe Flacco can do it to a certain degree, right, and he definitely can master some of it, having really good wide receivers and really good weapons, he can't do everything because he's not Joe Burrow. He's not, Joe Shiesty. And, it sucks because I think this defense these last 2 weeks, and again, obviously these last 2 weeks, this defense deserved a Joe Burrow offense that didn't score 14 points for the opposing team. Didn't score 7 points in this game for the opposing team. It's frustrating that this game should not have been a game that this is the final outcome. We had 107 rushing yards on the ground. And by the way, Taj Brooks, I love him, but man, he does not look good when he runs. I hate to say it, but he just is not the guy when he runs the ball. He just looks sluggish. It doesn't look like he's like what we thought when we drafted him. But we'll have to wait and see. That he's only had a couple carries this year. But that's pretty much why. I don't know, man. Pick 6 was intended for him, which you watch the play, you're like, intended for who? Yeah, exactly. It is what it is, man. At the end of the day, we just got to take it one game at a time. And I know that this season's over, obviously, but it's been over, right? We were in a weird spot this year where our team is just simply not there, man. We're just not there defensively. Obviously, Joe's coming back on Thursday. He's going to play the rest of this year. Joe Burrow, that is. Which I know people are going to say, oh, he shouldn't play. It doesn't matter. He wants to play. He's cleared to play. Management wants him to play. He's going to play. That's just kind of how it works. Fans, we can, piss a fit all we want, but it's not going to change anything. He's going to play the rest of this season. And yeah, there's probably going to be a scenario where we win some of these games because Joe Burrow moving forward, and we probably finish with maybe a 7-10 record. And it sucks, right? Because 7-10 is kind of that, you're not the worst, but you're definitely not good enough to be anything. It's just frustrating. It really is. But that's Bengals football for you, man. If this was easy, everyone would be a Bengals fan. But the fact is, it's not easy. It's not for the easy ones. It's not for people who just want to watch football and see success every single second. It's for those who want to dive into the craziness, dive into the absolute chaos, the cardiac cats, as you will, and fight tooth and nail and just accept the fact that you're going to get punched in the face probably 65 freaking times. But you got to keep getting back up. You got to keep fighting. And then you find out Mike Brown sold your soul to the devil for like 5 cents. But that's beside the point. That's just kind of a regular Tuesday morning for us. Anyway, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hoo day, boys. Hoo day.